Hello everyone. In this video lecture is also the continuation on the topic origin of biopotential and its propagation. Video lecture. Now we are going to the action potential and its propagation. Let us discuss about the topic. Before that, outline of my presentation. First objective, then action potential, and then all over nothing law. So the next one, the propagation of action potential and half cell potential. Finally, the polarizable electrodes are explained here. So objective, the main objective of this video lecture is to study about the action potential and its propagation. Next.
Potential. So a resting nerve or muscle cell become active as a result of a stimulus. So when a neuron transmit a signal down its axon to communicate with another axon, another neuron over long distance without change in amplitude is called as active potential. It is otherwise called as the electrochemical changes occurring in a cell membrane of excitable cell in which rapid propagation. It is also referred to as impulses or spikes. So it is an explosion of electrical activity created by a depolarization current. So for example, it may happen when the teachers calling your name, someone piercing you in the ribs with a pencil, or the smell of fried rice from a fast food restaurant. So if the stimulus gets our attention, the neuron has shifted from polarized to depolarized state. Depolarization occurs when polarization is reduced to 0. When depolarization reaches about minus 55 millivolt, a neuron will fire and action potential is called as threshold. This action potential occurs when a sudden sodium channel opens and flow into neuron. At the peak of action potential, the inside of the neuron is positively charged. As a result, the sodium ions flow into the cell. Here, this diagram represents the depolarization effect in a cell here. So this graph represents that is a membership value versus time. Here, in this region, the sodium channel is opened and potassium channel is closed. Whereas in repolarization stage, this one is a repolarization effect in a cell. Here there is a potassium cell open and sodium cell is closed, channel is closed. Next one, the sodium ions entering at a peak of action potential. This diagram represents the where the action potential is maximum peak. This stage. Here both the activation gate and inactivation gates are opened. So this one is how to measure the action potential. We give a stimulus using this one and measuring this output, that is your CRO, whatever may be. The maximum value of action potential is 30 millivolt. Except the action potential, all other signals fade out after traveling short distance. So the exact duration and to some extent magnitude of action potential depends on the tissue. So this diagram represents the relationship between membrane value with respect to time. So here this is a membrane value here. So when the stimulus is above the threshold value, then the action potential occur. So here look at this diagram. When this region, the action potential occurring, there is a maximum peak. Here in this region, the sodium channel is opened. here in this region more sodium channel is opened. So at the time here sodium channel, that is sodium channel closed. So whereas the potassium channels are open. So next, similarly in this region potassium, that is the potassium channels are closed. So after the peak of action potential, potassium channels open and its flow out, which carries positive charge along with it. So left potassium makes the cell more negative than the resting potential, is called as hyperpolarization. So here look at this, these two diagrams here. This region is nothing but the that is a hyperpolarization. The sodium potassium pump starts to pump sodium from inside to outside of the cell again. So the neuron gradually returns back to resting potential. Here the inside and outside of the neurons during active region. So all are non-law. So when an action potential occurs, it follows what is known as all or none law. The speed, size, range is same, and no matter how weak or strong the stimulus that causes the action potential. For example, when somebody pierce you with a pencil or slap you with a board paddle, so the action potential will be same. Instantaneously, after an action potential, the neuron enters a refractory period. So during this period, any action potentials cannot be occurred. During the first part of the cell cannot respond to any new stimulus and exists about 1 milliseconds. That is called as absolute refractory period. So higher stimulus reinitiates the action potential to another one, and the subsequent concentration of muscles which exist for several milliseconds, that is called as relative refractory period. So next one, propagation of action potential. So what is a neuron pass from one cell into another? So when touches specific signal, that means the mechanical energy converted into electrochemical of action potential results into chemical release. That means neuron fires. Then again this chemical form is converted into electrical signal and again going on this. So this shows how neuron pass the signal from one cell to another cell. So next, what is the propagation rate? So that means how much voltage is propagated. The rate of which an action potential moves down a fiber. So or the propagation from cell to cell. So it is also called as conduction velocity. So or otherwise called as no conduction velocity. It is nothing but the conduction velocity varies, so depends on the types and diameter of the nerve fibers. The propagation through heart muscle is slower. That is, average rate is from 0.1 to 0.4 meter per second. So some of the bioelectrical potentials are electrocardiogram, that is ECG, electroencephalogram, that is EEG, electromyogram EMG, electroretinogram ERG, electrocardiogram EEG. So next one, the half cell potential. The potential difference caused by the ability of electrons to flow from one half cell to other. The electrons are able to move between electrodes as the chemical reaction is called as redox reaction. The half cell potential is improved when there is a current flow in electrode due to electrode polarization. When a metal comes into contact with the solution, the electrolyte nearby the metal is at different electrical points from rest of the solution. The second electrode is required to find a half cell potential. So that is normally hydrogen electrodes are used. Next, the half cell potential is determined by three ways. One is a metal involved, another one is the concentration of ions in the solution, next one temperature. So the Nernst equation governs the half cell potential. When two ionic solutions of different concentration are split by semi-permeable membrane, and electric potential occurs across the membrane, that is where E is equal to minus RT by NF, natural logarithm of A1 by A2, where A1 and A2 are ionic activity of the ions on each sides of the membrane. The standard half cell potential, that is E naught, is an equilibrium value and assumes zero current across interface. When the current falls, the half cell potential E naught changes. The potential difference between non-zero current and zero current, the half cell potential is called as overpotential or polarization potential, that means Vp. So when the voltage along the flow of the current and the current changes, resistance of the electrolyte is called as ohmic overpotential, that means VR. When the current changes, the distribution of ions at the electrolyte interface is called as concentration overpotential, that is Vc. The current changes the rate of oxidation and reduction, so it is called as active overpotential, that is Va. So what is a Vp is nothing but, that is overpotential is the sum of ohmic overpotential, concentration overpotential and activation overpotential. So next one, the polarizable electrodes have two types. One is the perfectly polarizable electrode and another one is perfectly non-polarizable electrode. So when current is applied to electrodes in which no actual change across the electrolyte interface, the current across the interface is a displacement current and the electrode behaves like a capacitor. So overpotential is due to concentration. So for example, that means the platinum electrode. Next one, the perfectly non-polarizable electrode is nothing but the electrode in which current passes freely across the electrolyte interface requires no energy for transition. It behaves like a resistance. That is, the electrodes have no overpotential. So that is the example AgCl electrode. References. These references I have used for preparing this video lecture. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video.